Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratibha. I'll be your moderator today. So a very warm welcome back to all of you in one more impactful session of Learning and Development webinar. First of all, I would really like to apologize for starting the session a little bit delay. We were facing some technical issue, but everything is resolved. So not wasting any more time, let me start the session quickly. I hope you're all ready for that. So just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. So, on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all into the GSDC Certified Learning Beyond Training How Modern Organizations Build Skills, Performance, and Workforce Readiness, creating skill-powered organizations beyond traditional training. And one of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert panel we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions, and others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABICB. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professionals certified with us. We are associated with 100 plus training partners across globe. We are associated with 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. We are also partnered with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus universities worldwide. So these are the training partners who are associated with us from the Asia, Africa, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, and many other regions. So a special thanks to all training partners for helping us improving our program. And a very special thank you to our media partner, WordPress Hub, for covering all of our press releases and event releases. So before starting the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have launched a unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative. In the GSDC AI Studio, you're going to get 100 plus live monthly sessions with global experts, including 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global experts. Now you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world. real-time practice. You can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready. You will be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So currently we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, including the learning and development, HR, Gen AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, Agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with GSDC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a part of our community, which comes with GSDC membership benefit, including lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSDC AI Studio, and many more. With that, it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Dr. Sabrana with us. So Dr. Sabrana is a chartered engineer turned entrepreneur with over 2 decades of experience leading innovation, collaboration, and organizational change across UK healthcare. She has named Small Business Team Leader of the Year 2025 by Electronics Weekly. She is recognized for delivering human centric digital solutions that genuinely improve clinical and operational experience. Rather than building one static team, Sabrana has repeatedly brought together clients, frontline staffs, patients, technologists, and decision makers, aligning them around a shared vision and co creating solutions shaped by their lived realities. Her leadership style is rooted in listening, curiosity, and shared ownership, enabling faster adoption, stronger engagement, and long term cultural impact. She is passionate about developing leaders and teams who feel seen, valued, and confident in driving meaningful change. And today she is going to lead the session on Beyond Innovation Leadership Blind Spot that separates successful transformation in 2026. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any query regarding the GSDC or if you would like to connect with our today's speaker for any query, any guidance, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions, emojis, or quick comment into the chat. That's how we know you're with us, actively listening and absorbing from the insightful session. We also have an announcement to make at the end of today's session, which is a $400 worth gift certification voucher. With that, it's time to welcome Dr. Sabrana on our platform. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabrana, once again coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. The stage is all yours. So I guess Dr. Sabrana is facing a little bit technical issue, so she'll be coming up anytime. Meanwhile, please do let us know, participant, what are the issue you are facing and what are the challenges you would like to cover. Dr. Sabrana is up here, so thank you so much, Dr.
Thank
Sabrana.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll share my screen. Yeah, I'm also facing a bit of an issue with my laptop.
No worries, we can understand. Sometimes technologies create a hectic
Yes,
schedule.
my laptop suddenly crashed yesterday and I can't get the hold of the cursor. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much, Pratibha, and thank you, everybody who's attending. I hope we will have a enjoyable some learning and sharing information. So I'm Sabarna, and I'm from the UK, and I will be talking about leadership. So this is about leadership, not as a title or a role. It is more about as a practice, as a person. So you don't really have to have a leadership title in your company or in the workplace, but you can still be a leader in your mind. The mindset is important. So I'm going to talk about that, and this is about how we factor in the consistently some of the projects go forward and some fail. And why do they fail? What is the lack of what is, it might not be effort or ideas or partnerships. And majority of the time it's the leadership. So we will explore a few of those blind spots, as I call them, and more importantly, how leaders can notice these blind spots beforehand and how that is possible to align with that. So, transformation in any of the areas you're working in is never linear. It is never linear, right, in practice. And it loops, it pauses, it might accelerate or it might go backwards, really. And it is about iterating information. It is about adapting to whatever changes is happening. And it is definitely deeply human. It is not only technology. So leaders who struggle, they might not be aligning the non-linear section of the leadership. So we will talk about that a little bit. So successful transformation needs adoption, needs learning, needs ongoing conversations. And that's where the leadership behavior is needed more than the leadership intent. So surprisingly, if you're
Uh, I'm
can,
sorry, Dr. Saprana, for the interruption. I just wanted to know, have you shared your screen because we are not able to see the PPT?
oh, okay, I'll try once more and I'll go over the first two slides very quickly. I thought I shared. Can you see?
Yes, the screen is coming up. Yeah, now we can see. But
Okay.
it's with the sidebar.
So which screen can you see? Because I can't see it now.
We are able to see your PPT, but it is with the slide sidebar, not into the slide mode. Participant, please do let us know into the chat box if you are able to see this screen or not.
Can you see my screens now?
Yes, we can.
Ah,
Thank
lovely.
you.
I'm sorry for this disruption. So yes, I was talking about leadership blind spots, and wherever you are, in whichever industry you might be working in or in education. So we are talking about how leadership skills can transform the innovation or any project into proper delivery. And I've spoken about the transformation, that it's not linear, it loops, it pauses, it might go back even, and then you need to uh, hold it back and then move forward again. So it is not linear, and need to think about the relationship management in this because it is deeply, deeply human. Human relationships matter a lot. And the behavior of the leader is sometimes more important than the intent you have in a team. So, talking about the goals, generally the goals are pretty common. So, you all want, not you meaning you as a person, but any team would want the systems or the delivery that you are doing to be to have better outcomes, to be sustainable, to have a better profit, and sometimes that intention that everybody has is shared intention, but that not might be the shared understanding. So everybody might be committed to it, but they're all working in different scales. So it's not always in harmony. So therefore, there are issues which we don't take care of, and that can cause unplanned disruption in your project. That happens quite a lot, and that could delay stuff as well. So the goal might be common, the intention might be common, but the process, the understanding might not be common. So the interpretation of what the intention is very important in this. So this brings me to the concept of illusion of alignment. We think we are aligned just because we have the same intention, but there might be gaps in the communication. So these are what I call leadership blind spots. So silence sometimes is mistaken for better understanding, but often it is the It is not understanding what is actually needed. Why is it needed? Is it aligned with my intention, with my goals? And sometimes the teams break. So assuming alignment is probably a dangerous thing and a big mistake for leaders to do. So sometimes resistance might not be really saying, oh, I don't want any improvement. It just means that I don't really understand why we are doing it. What are we going to gain from it? And they might have some different understanding. So to me, leadership in transformation is more like conducting. It's not controlling and commanding. It is more conducting. So I've shared this symphony orchestra picture with you. So as you can see, all the experts, all the specialists are already in the room. Each one knows their own instrument, whether they're doing a string instrument, a band, a wind instrument, they're experts in their own fields. But if they all start playing in their own way, you will hear noise. It won't be the symphony music. And that is the role of the conductor. So what the conductor does, the conductor is not playing any instrument, right? So the conductor is directing. The conductor is conducting. The conductor is coordinating. And following him gives the coherence, which then makes the music perfect. So everybody working in their own team, but with the same hymn page. They're looking at the same hymn page. So that's very important. So when the alignment is strong, then performance becomes the focus and innovation moves faster. And then diversity that you have in the team, every team will have diverse people in it, diverse um, talents in it. And the diversity then becomes a power. It is not a friction anymore. You might come from a different angle, but there are multidisciplinary teams. But when you understand the intent and the leader can conduct in the way that everybody understands and everybody is valued, that's when it makes the difference. So now it comes to a very important uh, rules, which I think we all need to distinguish. So the role of a manager and a role of a leader. A role of a manager, the way I see it is you can gain experience, you can gain your certificates, you can gain your learning, and slowly you grow up the scale and you are a manager of something, of a team, of a company, of a academic department. The leader is something different. You don't have to be a manager to become a leader. The leader is who inspires. While the manager manages the processes, but the leader is who organizes the process. The manager organizes the process while the leader inspires. So let's be honest. When we go to work every morning, we don't think, oh, today I'll be micromanaged by my manager. You don't feel well, do you? We never do if anybody micromanages or looks over our shoulder. And often, I don't know if you've seen this, I've seen this, that as a boss or the manager walks into a room and the body language changes, the people are more conscious and they feel that, ah, maybe he's coming to me or she's looking over my shoulder or should I have done this already? Is it something? So there is a fear. So that is because the relationship between the team and the leaders or the manager is not aligned. So you are always afraid of doing things and you're compelled to do something. You're not doing it from your own heart. So that is the difference. So what we need to do is to have the team feeling so that it is already working in harmony. So the leader sometimes becomes a manager because sometimes it's easy to manage. I tell you what to do and you do it. Leadership is difficult. Leadership is not controlling. Leadership is understanding. Leadership is talking. Leadership is talking between each other, understanding what difficulty you are having. More importantly, not blaming somebody for not doing something. if there is not doing something means that you are not understanding how to do it, then it is a support system. So that is really important between a manager and a leader. So even a team person, a team member can become the leader. So when the leadership's concept, the intention is shared, then the team comes together. And sometimes maybe the team supports their members, their colleagues to see it, and therefore it becomes a ripple effect. And if you can do that, that is sustainable. And if it's sustainable, then obviously your goals of delivering your whatever project you're doing becomes much more stronger because you don't have only one person with that goal, but it is subcommittees or sub team members who are also picking up on things, and it's really important. So let's talk about the mind shift. So this is a very funny but very important quotation I got from Rumi. And she says that yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world, but today I'm wise, so I'm changing myself. So just thinking that I know it all doesn't work. So it is the difference between the shift between cleverness and wisdom. And it is essential to become an effective leader. So transformation begins within. I can't transform others if I am not transformed. If I am not motivated, if I don't do as I say I want you to do, you wouldn't do it. So it's not do as I say, but do as I do. So that is really important. So they are not managing the system, they are part of the system. So they're leading this system and they are part of it. So when we shift from correcting to conducting and constructing, things change. People come together, people rise, and it's incredible when people get valued and they feel valued, things change. And that is the mind shift change that the leader brings in, and the team members slowly adapt to it. It's really important. So, what sort of skill sets are we talking about? Yes, motivational. Yes, we need to inspire. Yes, we need to understand the exact uh, goals that we are setting. But firstly, we have to understand and grow the relationship between the team members. If you are not uh, finding a personal relationship with the others, you are not putting yourself in the shoes of the team members. Therefore, it is difficult to understand why a person isn't doing what he or she is supposed to do because they might have some internal problems. Their child might be ill, their husband or wife might have an accident, or they might have had a bad news coming in from family or friends, or might have had an accident while they are coming into work and they are not really all there. So just by instead of saying, hello, how are you? I'm fine, you can turn it around and actually become a friend who is respected. I'm not saying that you sit with the same team and you do the same work, but it is the understanding that I have a fallback. If I have some issues, I can fall back without being the boss being critical about me. Will understand. The understanding is really important. So if you remember, we often say, oh, this project is my baby. What do we mean by that? That it is my baby, I will nurture it, I will love and care for it so that the baby grows up to be a human being whom I can be proud of. So when the nurturing comes along from the leader and it drips down and it ripples through the team, then it becomes ours. It's our project and we, it is our baby. So then the ownership is important where you feel proud that whatever we are presenting, it's not only the leader or the manager's project, it is ours. So we lead others, we have to evolve ourselves. Otherwise, it's difficult to do. And it's definitely not a solo mission. It is a team mission. So if you splash together, some one day or maybe most of the days you will float. And when you float together, then you will be joining that team that can work together and move forward. So those are the skills that the not only the leader needs, but the leader needs to transpire that to the team members. And this is, I think everybody would agree, that humans are more committed when they feel seen, when they feel heard and trusted, and they're included. Sometimes you have these shy people who won't talk in a team meeting, and we just ignore them. Whoever is more verbal, they get the importance. But the role of a leader is to make sure that that person also gets heard. If they can't speak in front of people, maybe you talk to them separately. Or if you yourself is such a team member who feels shy to talk in front of somebody, they are bullies or they have better confidence or they can talk loudly, make an appointment with your leader and just talk through what are your thoughts, what are your ideas. And sometimes you never know, sometimes these ideas coming from multidisciplinary team in multiple ways can develop that little acorn to grow that tree. And the leader's role is to listen. It's not always that you bring an idea and that is adopted, but until you know what the ideas are, how would you know if it's good or not? So the connection, the feeling is valuable. So tomorrow when you go to work, instead of saying, "Oh, how many more systems can I develop?" Just think of how many more people can I bring together? How many more team members can I strengthen the same vision, the same goals? So I've been talking about team as well because leaders and teams they have to be together. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So team building is also a talent, a skill that you need to have. Sometimes if you are a leader, you might walk into a team which is already existing, so they know it all. And it's hard to lead them. So you have to build that relationship. Sometimes as a team member, you might walk into a team which they are already working and you are like a new student in a classroom, in a school classroom. You know, they feel bullied, they feel I'm not seen, I'm not visible, I have a friend here. So that's the role of the leader as well as the team member. So here is a very simple performance and trust graphical image, which would like to share with you. So it's obvious, people who are high performance, high trust, they are the top ones. Performance, you can measure. Simple. Certification, the number of work they do, the amount of, the time they take, the intelligence they bring in, high performance. Low performance, you can measure. But trust is something is built only on relationship. And that is very important in any transformation because it has to have the trust in it. So those who are low performance, high trust, and low performance, low trust. So they are low performance, low trust, they are the weaklings. So whether you have to take them with you in the project, it depends. Depends on various things. How long is your project? If it's a large demand and there's a time pressure, you might not want these people to come along because they have low performance, they have low trust, they will just pull you backwards. So you would prefer high performance, high trust. But think about those people who have low performance, high trust and high performance, low trust. Do you see that? Some people have high performance, low trust and some people have low performance, high trust. Amazingly enough, many leaders choose low performance, high trust people because they know if they are low performance, I can develop them, train them, because at least I can trust them to do the work that they need. The high performance, low trust are the more dangerous people who are people who think they know it all and they are not team players. Sometimes it is not easy to say, okay, this person I don't want in my team. Why? Because they're high performing. How will you explain to your seniors that I don't want this person on board? But that person might be toxic. Even if you are one of them, that you don't trust your leader, you might think that, I'm performing well, I'll just carry on. But the actual goal and the actual intent of the company or of the project or of the academic research, what you're doing, will be affected. So it is the role of the leader and the team member to ensure that the high performance, low trust people are identified quickly and understood. Because they are high performance, they are more intelligent. So you need to understand what is it that is not being satisfied in this person's mind that they are not trusting the system. And this is a more managerial or a senior role to play, but it's very important to understand it. So if you go to the common challenges, yeah, very, very common. In any areas you go, the challenges are basically the same. It's the priority, the competing priorities, and you are trying to leap into these project actions, and sometimes it's harder to climb. But if you do smaller steps, sometimes it's easier to manage. And if it's especially for a big team, it is easier to manage. I have done one of the things we did in our company to divide the team into the project. So some team leaders of project A is actually a team member of project B. So they are facing the team leader who are actually in their team in a different project. So they are seeing the both sides of the coin and they understand why delays might happen. So these are challenges which we can overcome in slowly. So now we come in practice. So in practice, this is the 3 M's that, is very powerful to follow. Monitor, mentor, modify. Monitor, very easy. Everybody does it. I look at the plans, I look at the timelines, I look at my KPIs, I tick my boxes. You've monitored, you think. But when monitoring, if something doesn't work or hasn't worked, don't wait for the deadline to come. You might be able to identify information earlier. Mentoring is the second most, it's the second word here is probably the most important because if you do not mentor, you might miss those blind spots. You might miss the break, and it might be just a small spark, but because you've missed it, it can blow up and it could catch the fire very quick. It's very easy to light a candle, whether you want it to light the room or to bring in raging fire. So be very careful and modify. Modify early. Now, in the world of technology, they are moving very, very fast. In whichever arena you might work in, technology has come in. And now we are always hearing about AI, and you need to bring in AI even in your work and this and that. So it's all moving very fast. How fast can you learn? Because you have to do the work as well. So the leader's work is to identify the gap or the learning that is needed early and to modify the project so that you can move forward, and when it is delivered it is according to the today's world. It's not 3 years behind, then it doesn't work. So that loop is really important. You need to understand that loop and people need to follow that. Because I remember where I used to work with my husband's, he had a GP practice over here. And when the digital technology first came in, the nurses and the admin workers and the admin staff, they were so scared because they have to learn something new. And it has to be user friendly, and it has to, otherwise they feel challenged because the newcomers come in, they're already equipped with it and they already know how to do it, while the people who are there for a long time period, they might not have learned that technology or that method or that theory. So it is the responsibility of the leader to identify those, mentor them, so those who can learn should learn, and modify the work session. Just because we've created a project plan 3 years ago, you don't have to stick to that. As long as you modify and your end result is the same, becomes powerful. And so mentoring is a very, very uh, big thing. So it is not a soft skill. It is something which it can execute excellence in the team. So mentoring creates alignment, and alignment creates momentum. So once you have created the momentum, then it becomes a result of a proper delivery or your goal or the vision. The momentum is created by relationship management. It is a result of how good your relationship is working. Therefore, mentoring is very important. Yes, you have to mentor. Yes, you have to modify, but mentoring is not one-off. It is something that you have to start creating and co-creating and continuously working on it. Otherwise, you might miss the gaps. And if you miss the gaps, which you could have identified 3 months ago, it's always a backlash and it always delays, or you might not get it right. And then it's a failure. And lots of innovative projects. I've been working in the healthcare for a long time. We've seen pilots are happening. The results are good, but they don't scale up because the leadership assigning the work according to your, there are lots of layers in the healthcare. We are in UK and the NHS has a lot of you know layers according to their regulations and governance. And because if they are not aligned, no matter how good your product is, it doesn't scale up. Therefore, as a company, you lose the profits. As a team, you lose morale, and it becomes a failure, which it's not, because you worked hard, the ideas were good, the innovation was there, but the gaps were not identified at the right time. So, one idea that I would like you to take back with you, understand where might you be needing more dynamic listening? Where might you not be aligned with the project or the vision or the understanding or the relationship? Because if the relationship is good and you keep, it is a continuous thing. I just say hello to you, have a cup of tea today, and then I don't see you or don't talk to you over 3 months. It doesn't work, especially in work areas. If in friend circle, it does work because, everybody is busy. In a work team, you need to be able to understand each other, understand somebody's personal problems as well if they want to share it, and take care of that because it's really important because people can uh, be supported, they can start working slightly better. So tools, systems, proposal, and all these are good and needs to happen. You have to do all those, but these skills support you to make your team more dynamic, more proactive. So, so the great leaders, uh, what do? Create the environment. They're not actually doing the work. They create the environment of trust and clarity, and it's deliberate. So if you, the team member or as a leader, create that clarity, and create the trust, it becomes important. The alignment, when the alignment is strong, the innovation is stronger. Innovation, and especially people who work in the R&D section, I have worked a lot in the R&D section, and it's really important to understand the research and development is not where it's a product off the shelf. You are trying to create that, and there might be loops, there might be black holes, there might be steps which actually take you back. What you thought might work might not work. You have to accept it, but you learn from those mistakes. I'm not saying there won't be any mistakes, there won't be any gaps. It's natural to have those gaps, but to ignore them is what is not right. So to have the gaps, it's true, but you understand the gaps, you try to pin them together. That leadership shift, the mind shift I'm talking about, it's a small one because it is under your control. The mind is the only thing in your whole body is under, or in your environment is under your control. If somebody accidentally cuts yourself, or you have an accident somewhere, or somebody trips you, it's not under your control. The only thing is your mind. So if you can shift the mind to say that, yes, I'm going to listen, I'm going to accept people as they are, and I'm going to listen to their thoughts, their processes, not necessarily accept them because it might be wrong, but the thought that you've listened to them and then given counter arguments to say, okay, John, your thing is very good, but we can't do this, this, and this because of this, this, and this. And Tom coming in here, we can take a bit of his and a bit of his, and together we can plan something. So everybody is heard and everybody is valued. So that the joint decision becomes your ownership, and that is deliberate. So that little mind shift. It's a small mind shift change, but changes the trajectory a lot. It changes your team, changes the momentum, it changes the enthusiasm of the thing. They feel proud. And the pride, the ownership is very important in any innovation, in any transformation. So before we close, I would like to take a moment to reflect. So I've been talking about leaderships, I've been talking about team members, I've been talking about togetherness, and it's a moment to reflect. If you want to put something down on your text, fair enough, but I'm not looking for feedback here. I'm just trying to assess what signal, if you're a leader, what signal might my leadership be sending to my team intentionally? Because you might not know that you're sending. And it's not only the leaders, the team member might also send information unintentionally. I had a staff who was really rude. We later found out that his daughter was really ill and his wife had a immigration problem, and then he had a big bill from the government because of the visa situation. So she was upset. But he didn't say anything. He just came in, became very rude to everybody and his team members. And then later, I just took him outside and I just said, John, what's going on? And he was literally, he was in the verge of crying. And when I found out why it was, you're not angry with him anymore. But again, he didn't have any right to be rude in the first place. We are all human. So we can sort of accept him and say, okay, but you go a bit early because you need to go, but apologize to them and let them know I have a personal problem. Sorry, I was rude. So it is sometimes is unintentional, but sometimes it can hurt other people. So remember one thing, whenever you're talking to people, you might forget, what time did you speak to them? What did that person say? or even me talking to you so long, you might think, oh, did Sabana really mean? But you will always remember how that person make you feel. You will never forget that. So next time you meet, you will say hello because you will remember that person valued me. When I said hello, that person said hello. So sometimes the behavior is unintentional. So let's look at that as well. The other thing which we all, especially the same people, unfortunately we all do, is we overmanage. So it's again like growing, when a child is growing. Some parents are overprotective. They don't want to let go of the child. And the child doesn't, what happens to the child? They don't do their own confidence. The self-confidence is hampered. Sometimes they get angry, but because the parents are saying they have to do this, they do it, but they're not doing it willingly. So you don't do something willingly from your heart, the result will not never be the same. So over managing somebody, are we being overmanaged or am I over managing somebody? Am I looking too much? Am I being critical too much? Can we look into that? And can we mentor that rather than over managing? Can we talk and find out? So this is if you anybody of you are in coaching, this is what the coaching will teach you. Try and find out what their problems are, what they think their options are to get a solution. And the other thing is I'm assuming that you're aligned because I said so and you said yes to me. No, single word answers don't convey the real internal feelings. How are you? I'm fine. Are you really? So convert those sentences. And it's a smaller team or even within your team. We did that a lot and it helped because I had a team, multidisciplinary team, and also multicultural and multinational. So it was difficult. So I had some Indians who went away and had their own curries. I had some Welsh people who had talked about rugby. And there was this young lady who was also Indian, but she was married to a Welsh person. So she was in the middle. And she sometimes understood why these guys are talking about rugby all the time, because we are not interested in rugby. So there are females, you start talking about your dresses and makeup or whatnot. Or sometimes you do talk about the work and do talk about how that person has behaved with you. And that wasn't really good or nice. But you don't tell that person that you shouldn't behave like this with me, or you shouldn't say things like that because it's not right. But if the relationship is good, then it is possible. So you're not criticizing anymore. It is positive criticism. It is positive because you are growing. The whole team is growing with you. And if as a leader you have done something wrong, or as a team member you have done something wrong, let's discuss. And in an open mind. And then don't keep bringing that back. Oh, on then such and such a, you've said such and such. It has happened, gone, past. Let's move forward. Alignment is not assuming. So that person might still get angry, but then they are not allowed. So it's very important to build the team such that you are aligned together. So that moment of awareness, that even if you understand that these are the questions I need to ask myself, is really important. That you understand it, noticing it, and then the blind spots becomes very clear. And when people see that you are identifying those blind spots, taking them forward, whether you're a team member or a leader, I'm saying it repeatedly because without the teams, it doesn't sustain. There's one leader, one project, that's enough. It wouldn't carry on the future. Why? Because you haven't created more leaders. You need to have that ripple effect. You need to inspire people to carry on doing that. And that is the leadership mindset. That stops the blind spots. That brings stronger partnerships. and that creates momentum. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm very happy for anybody to connect and we can talk a little bit more. And to close, I will leave you with these reflections and blind spots, how to ignore them, alignments, and see how things move forward. So I'm happy to uh, answer any questions you might have, what's resonating,
First of
or even not only questions,
all,
even thoughts. Thank you. Shall I stop sharing, Pratibha?
Yes, you can. Thank you, Dr. Sabrana. So, first of
Thank
all,
you very
thank you
much.
so much for amazing and insightful sessions. Today's learning journey was a roller coaster ride with a reflection of movements and to understand onto the people. And I'm sure our participants have learned a lot. So, thank you so much for that. And participant, the floor is officially open for question and answer. So if you have any question, please feel free to use the chat box. Meanwhile, okay, so we have first question from the Gagandeep Singh. Thanks for such an insightful session on leadership. How can we make sure alignment is verified, not as assumed?
Yeah, very good question. Well, again, it's building the relationship. Have I stopped sharing, Pratibha?
No, your screen is still visible.
Oh, so I don't. Okay, I need to go there. Just give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's done now.
yeah. It is about relationship because if you can build the relationship, then you can understand whether you're aligned or not. So when you are new to a team, whether as a leader or as a team member, it is always good idea to have it written down and understand and talk to people. And if needed, especially as a leader, you need to talk to the individuals as well. If you are managing a very big team, then there will be team leaders internally. So there might be subgroups and you can talk to them as well. So it is about talking, about understanding, and very, very importantly, hearing, listening. So the Almighty has given us 2 ears and one mouth. Only talking doesn't help. We need to listen and listen in between lines. Listen where the point is. Why are they complaining? The why is really important. The personal why and the team why. Why are we doing this? What will happen at the end? Why are we struggling? What is the difficulty? Why can we not manage this? So these are really important to get alignment right. And sometimes, you can also, if it is a very difficult team, you can also do a divide and rule idea. So you work with one group at a time and gain their confidence. When people see what you are saying and it makes sense and you are valuing their ideas, you are trusting them to do whatever they are doing because it supports the end game, alignment will come automatically. And so that is what we talked about, that alignment comes from the trust, and that will gain the momentum. Does that
Thank you
answer you?
so much for the thank you so much for the amazing and insightful answer, Dr. Sabrana. So we have last question, and this will be the last. Like we have next question, but this will be the last question as we are running out of the time. So Dana wants to ask, how does geographical regions influence leadership style? For example, do you think a distributed style that may work in Valley would work in Mumbai also?
Well, the basic things that I shared today is universal. The relationship, the alignment, the understanding, the same vision, leading, splashing together, floating together, that is universal. So, what changes is the project or the work that you're doing. In Silicon Valley, it might be more technical, and if you're working somewhere else, it might be something else. The project is not the factor here. It is the people. It is the people you're working with. And that is the factor. How do you align them? How do you make sure that they're all together so that the vision is important? So the most important thing, and that is something we see in our the NHS I was working in, the vision varies. The top layer, they have a vision of something big, but that doesn't filter through to the level, ground level, where the people are at the front desk. So they don't know, or it is impossible for them to do just because it is not aligned with their work. So the mental shift that I was talking about, the alignment, the momentum, the trust, the relationship building, and talking about the intent, which is everybody's intent, making people understand that doesn't change in geographically. Because I've worked initially, I was working in UK and Europe, so there were many European universities and health and safety regulations and things we were working with. Then we moved to I come from an electronics physics background, so I was working with R&D, thin films and micro thin films, molecular films, a very different world with chemistry and electronics. Then we moved into healthcare. Again, a very different world. Technology, people, human, clinicians, administrators, governance, confidentiality, very multidisciplinary area. But even there, if you can build the relationship, I have seen myself, it works. And the projects you come out with gives you the outcome that you wanted to do, not you meaning the whole team, because they have to be aligned. If they're aligned, it works. So it is not dependent on which industry you're coming from. I am quite confident. Does that answer
Thank you
your question?
so much. Thank you so much for the detailed and thoughtful answer. So, now moving ahead with the session, participant, I really apologize. We are running out of the time, so we'll not be able to take more question. But I am sharing Dr. Sabrana's LinkedIn ID into the chat so that you can connect with her directly. And if there will be any query, any guidance, I'm sure she would be happy to help you
Yeah,
out. Right, Dr. Sabrana?
of course, of course, of course. Thank you.
So thank you so much once again. So just
Thank
allow me a minute to share my screen and we'll move forward with the session. So, participant, if you are ready to get certified into the learning and development, the certifications are available now onto our website. What you can do, you can check out our website. We are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you a 20% off for opting the certification. But this offer is for a very limited time of period, so make sure you're taking the advantage of it. So if you're ready to get certified, check out our website, use the coupon code link, get 20% off and get certified into the learning and development professionals. So before wrapping up the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement regarding the utility tool. So I say this actually in daily sessions that since the time I have started introducing utility tool and on the daily basis, the positive feedback I got from the participant who are on their job hunting journey, who get to know about this tool from our session and using the tool to making their job hunting journey even more easier, that is very overwhelming and I really appreciate you all of you too for sending that feedback. So if you are like I always happy to read those feedback. So I would like to suggest you, if you are on your job hunting journey, this tool is strongly recommended for you because what you can do, if you can log in into utility tool by using your LinkedIn ID and password, and it will give you a recommendation according to the job designation you are targeting and the industry you are targeting. And to making your job hunting journey one more easier, we are giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you 100% off for using this tool. I have shared the coupon code link into the chat so that you don't miss out. So what are you waiting for? If you're on your job hunting journey, take the help of utility tool opt for the coupon code link and make your resume stand out in front of the HRs and recruiters. And also all the very best to all of the job hunters out there. So, as today we had an amazing and impactful session with Dr. Sabrana, We are also going to have one more session, one more amazing and insightful session tomorrow with Dr. Sarah Vikens. So, Dr. Sarah is going to lead the session on building high performance organizations through through structured competency development, and this is going to be happen at the same time tomorrow on 12th February at 9:30 a.m. Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow as well. Also, if you are one of those people who are also enthusiastic, then this webinar is for you. We have added a lot of new modules, new model of ISO, and the trends and topics just for you. And this is conducting from 9 Feb to 13 Feb at 8:30 a.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Singapore, 8 p.m. Indian, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And if you're one of those people who loves to learn regarding new technologies on daily basis into AI, so then this webinar is for you. So this is conducting from 9 Feb to 13 Feb at 7:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 p.m. Singapore, 7 p.m. Indian, and 8:30 a.m. Eastern. With that, it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So we have Bhanu Durgesh, we have Oluvaga, and we have B. Venkatesh. So special thanks to all three of you for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. So you can also become one of our knowledge professional and advisors. What you can do if any of your peers, colleagues, and professional wants to join for this webinar or any other webinar, you can refer the registration link which you will find on our website. What's in it for you? You will get a referral for your every registration referral link. And once you hit a 50 referral point, you will be able to get a free $400 worth gift certification voucher. But as I said, this offer is also for a very limited time of period. So make sure you're taking the advantage of it. So take the advantage of this offer and become one of our knowledge professionals and advisor. Also, if you would like to be one of our speaker for learning capsules, for webinar, for podcast, for any of the session, we would be happy to have you with us. So you can connect with us directly at pratibha@gsdccouncil.org and preetham@gsdccouncil.org. I have shared the email ID into the chat box so that you don't miss out. Now, if you would like to connect with us, which we really want because we would love to connect with you, we would love to hear your session key takeaways and learning outcomes. So these are the platform where you can find us: our LinkedIn profile, our website, our WhatsApp group, our official Instagram channel, our Twitter channel, and as well as our YouTube channel. So I'm sharing all of this link into the chat box so that you don't miss out. Also, we would love to hear your session key takeaways and learning outcomes, so do drop your feedbacks on reviews.io. I am also giving a Microsoft form link where you can drop the feedback regarding this session, what you like and what are your session key takeaways and learning outcomes. And you can also drop the suggestion if you have any topic you would like to cover. If you would like to see in our session. So I've shared the Microsoft link into the chat also. Please do drop your feedback. And with that, it's time to come to an event end. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Sabrana, for coming on our platform. We enjoyed your session a lot today. Looking forward to having in the future sessions as well. And thank you so much to all of the participants for joining into our learning journey. I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. And please do drop your feedbacks and suggestions on Microsoft form link as well as reviews.io. Thank you so much once again to all of you.
Thank you.